Europe is home to some of the most influential and powerful royal families in the world, with histories that stretch back centuries. Among these families, there are some royals who have gained a fortune beyond measure, thanks to their vast estates, business interests, and inherited wealth. These individuals are not only a symbol of their country's monarchy, but also a global icon of wealth and luxury. But do you know who these royals are? In today's video, we bring you the list of the richest royals in Europe. So without wasting much time, let's get started. At number 12, we have a royal that comes from the House of Glucksburg, and this is King Harald V of Norway. His Majesty Harald became the King of Norway after the death of his father in 1991. As king, he holds no special power, but he definitely holds an insane amount of wealth in the nation. The net worth of the king is around $30 million, and around $3 million of this amount is paid by the Norwegian government for performing his royal duties for personal security, as well as covering the expenses of the official royal palaces and castles. To give more benefits, King Harald V is not required to pay any taxes on his wealth or on his luxurious spending, which only adds up to his wealth. Apart from this, the 86-year-old king owns multiple multi-million-dollar palaces and castles across the nation, but nothing beats this one, Oslo Palace, which is worth more than $80 million. Next, we have a royal who is fifth in the line of succession to the British throne. This is Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Born on September 15, 1984, he is the younger son of Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, and the late Princess Diana. Although being a royal, the prince gave 10 long years of service to the National Army and served the nation. However, despite being a popular royal, he doesn't receive anything from the government to contribute to his income. Yet the net worth of this 38-year-old Duke of Sussex is $60 million, and he earns this income from different commercial ventures, including a podcast on Spotify exclusive, which earns him $15 million, a $110 million deal with Netflix for a documentary, and earnings from his book Spare, which has sold more than 750,000 copies, which has earned him around $30 million this year. Next on the list is a royal from Sweden, and that is Carl XVI Gustaf from the royal house of Bernadotte. The current head of the Swedish royal family is King Carl XVI Gustaf, who ascended to the throne in 1973 after the death of his grandfather, Gustav VI Adolf. According to Forbes, the king's net worth is estimated at around $70 million as of 2023. The majority of the family's wealth, including the king's wealth, is derived from investments made by the royal court. This includes shares in large companies such as Ericsson, Volvo, and Electrolux, as well as investments in real estate and art. Apart from this, the 76-year-old king receives around $9 million from the government of Sweden for official duties, maintaining a royal lifestyle and the palaces. Speaking of palaces, the king owns a royal palace in Stockholm, which is worth more than $60 million, an $85 million worth of Solliden Palace, and Drottningholm Palace, worth around $55 million. Coming up next is a princess who's described as a fashion icon of Monaco. This is Prince Caroline of Hanover. Caroline Louise Marguerite Grimaldi is the eldest daughter of Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly of Monaco, who was born on January 23, 1957, in the Prince's Palace of Monaco. The net worth of the princess is around $100 million. Unlike other royal princesses, the princess is a businesswoman who owns multiple businesses in different sectors, like real estate, tourism, and banking. But the most notable business of the princess is a fashion line called Caroline Vintage, which has a value of more than $100 million. Apart from this, The princess receives an annual stipend from the government worth $10 to $12 million in exchange for carrying out official duties. In addition to this, the princess also owns many luxury apartments, villas, and commercial properties around the world, including a grand villa in France worth millions. At number 8, we have the younger sister of Princess Caroline, and this is Princess Stephanie of Monaco. Born on February 1st, 1965 in Monte Carlo, Monaco, Princess Stephanie is the youngest daughter of Prince Rainier III. From a young age, she lived a life free from royal norms and pursued a career as a model. She appeared on the cover of several fashion magazines before pursuing singing and recording successful albums. The net worth of this princess is around $101 million. A portion of Princess Stephanie's income comes from the government of Monaco through the Sovereign Family Fund, but she also earns money by participating in the family businesses run by the Monaco royal family. These businesses are estimated to generate between $20 to $30 million annually for the princess. Additionally, she owns several high-profile properties around the world, including a private home named Château de Marchais-Cizon, which is worth approximately $20 million. Next, we have the elder brother of Prince Harry, and this is Crown Prince of the United Kingdom, Prince William, Duke of Cambridge. This prince was born on June 21, 1982, as the eldest son of Prince Charles and the late Princess Diana. As a Crown Prince of the nation, Prince William draws his income from both commercial and royal activities. To start with, the sovereign grant. Prince William receives approximately $25 million from the government for performing his royal duties. In addition to his income, he receives over $26 million from the Duchy of Cornwall yearly, a multinational company that sells organic food products which he owns. The company consists of around 53,000 hectares of land in 23 countries. Apart from this, he also inherits properties and assets, such as an extensive collection of art and antiquities worth over $500 million, and a 685-year-old crown estate spread across 140,000 acres, which is estimated to be more than $1 billion. And this huge portion of land even generates rental and other forms of income for him. All this takes the net worth of the prince over $100 million. At number 6, we have King Charles II of the United Kingdom. Born on November 14, 1948, he is the eldest son of Queen Elizabeth II. He became the king in 2022 after his mother passed away. Currently, his net worth is estimated to be around $400 million. And a big source of his income comes from a share of the profits from the Crown Estate. The Crown Estate is a vast portfolio of properties and assets owned by the British monarch. It is said to be generating $100 to $125 million for the king. Apart from that, as a king, he also inherits a range of expensive assets, including an art collection worth $10 billion, which was previously owned by Queen Elizabeth II. This collection includes hundreds of antiquities, expensive jewelry, and thousands of drawings and paintings from some of the world's most famous and brilliant artists, like Canaletto and even Leonardo da Vinci. Further adding on that, he also owns dozens of grand properties, but the most epic of them all is Buckingham Palace, worth $4.9 billion. Next on our list of royals, we have Prince Albert II of Monaco. Born on March 14, 1958, he is the only son of Prince Rainier III. Following the death of his father, Prince Albert ascended to the throne on April 6, 2005. Currently, his net worth is estimated to be around $1 billion, which comes from his active involvement in various business activities. He is the owner of the Investment Fund of Monaco, which manages the famous Monte Carlo casino and other luxury hotels and resorts in the nation. Apart from his business interests, Prince Albert also owns several properties, including a multi-million-dollar villa in Monaco, a ski chalet in Switzerland, a hunting lodge in France, and a home in Philadelphia worth $754,000. In addition to these properties, the prince has inherited some of the majestic assets of the nation, such as the Prince's Palace of Monaco, worth around $100 million, and the Rocca estate, worth $90 million. Next, we have Marie Chantal, Crown Princess of Greece. The princess was born on September 17, 1968, in London, England, in a non-royal but a rich family where her father, Robert Warren Miller, is a billionaire. In 1995, the princess married Pavlos, the Prince of Greece, and became the princess. The net worth of the princess is around $3 billion, and it is because of her ownership of multiple businesses. She is the co-founder and creative director of Marie Chantal, a luxury children's clothing brand that is popular among celebrities and the wealthy. And from this brand alone, she generates a yearly income of $250 million. And apart from this, she also owns multi-million-dollar properties around the world, like a $21 million property in Chelsea, a $5 million worth holiday home in Harbor Island, a $10 million villa in the Bahamas, as well as a country retreat in Yorkshire, valued at $30 million. At number 3, we have Grand Duke Henry of Luxembourg, who comes from the Royal House of Luxembourg-Nassau. Born on April 16, 1955, as the second son of Grand Duke, he became the Grand Duke of Luxembourg on October 7, 2000, when his father left the throne. The net worth of His Royal Highness is around $4 billion. His income comes from different sources, like rental income, which is generated from owning extensive landholdings throughout the nation, which is estimated to be around $600 million. He also generates his income from some smart investments, and of course, inheritances. The Duke inherits some of the grand palaces and beautiful castles, like the Bird Castle, the Fischbach Castle, and the Grand Ducal Palace, which are worth more than $200 million. Apart from all this, around $17.5 million comes in the form of a royal stipend, which is provided by the government of Luxembourg to fulfill royal duties. Next we have Prince Hans Adam II, who comes from the Royal House of Liechtenstein. This 78-year-old prince was born on February 14, 1945, to King Franz Joseph II, and being the elder son, he became the head of state of Liechtenstein on November 13, 1989, after the death of his father. The majority of the prince's wealth comes from his ownership of a $57 billion LGT group. It is a private banking and asset management group which is one of the largest in Europe and manages assets worth more than $500 billion. In addition to his banking and financial interests, His Serene Highness also owns multiple multi-million-dollar palaces and an extensive art collection, which is housed in the Liechtenstein Museum in Vienna, Austria, worth more than $1 billion. This collection includes works by famous artists such as Raphael, Rubens, and Van Dyck. All this takes the net worth of the prince to over $6.2 billion. At number 1 of our list of royals, we have Hugh Richard Louis Grosvenor, also known as the 7th Duke of Westminster. This 32-year-old businessman was born in 1991 into the royal family. After the passing of his father, Gerald Cavendish Grosvenor, the 6th Duke of Westminster, he inherited both the title and his father's vast wealth. Hugh is the current owner of the Grosvenor Group, a real estate development and investment company with a portfolio of properties in Europe, Asia, and North America. This multinational company is valued at more than $6 billion. In addition to this, through Grosvenor Food and AgTech, he also holds stakes in Realty Insurances, a dairy farm, and the UK's largest bull stud operation. Apart from these ventures, the Duke also inherits 300 acres in the prestigious Belgravia and Mayfair neighborhoods and controls assets valued at $11 billion. And all this takes the net worth of the Duke well over $13 billion. Thanks for watching the video. Comment down below your favorite part and let us know. Also, press the subscribe button and bell icon for regular updates.